All right, guys. So Union Omaha came out and said that they're going to get a new stadium near downtown. Now, I know the Omaha don't play in the championship, but I still felt like I needed to cover this because they're getting a new stadium, and the thing looks beautiful. It looks absolutely beautiful. So they're getting a new stadium near downtown, a 7,000 seat stadium. The last time I heard Omaha mentioned so much was because of this guy. But I mean, this is great. This is something that you want to see happening in the United States. The timing couldn't be more perfect because the World Cup is going to be played here. So soccer is going to have a whole bunch of eyeballs in the United States, and it's going to bring people to this country from all parts of the world to come view their country, root for their country. But just a soccer-loving person in general is going to come here. And so we want to showcase what the United States is. And I know there's a lot to go in terms of growth, but this is a step. This is something that you want to see. And it's a 7,000-seat stadium, a soccer-specific stadium, but they also add mixed use, and that's something that I hate. I hate that so much because we all know what that means. This means it's going to have concerts or it's going to have different types of events. That's something that I don't want to see because I feel like it kind of takes away of this is just for soccer and we're going to treat this as like the holy grail, you know. My cousin went to England this past summer and he took a tour of Stamford Bridge, of Emirates Stadium. And guess what? During his tour, they told him if anyone goes onto the pitch, anyone for any reason, you could potentially be banned for life. And I mean, that's something that I want to happen here in the U.S., where we take soccer literally. If anyone sets a foot on that grass because they maintain it so well, they preserve it as best as they can for their team to play on. They want the beautiful game to be played in a beautiful pitch. When they say a mixed use, you can't help but think about it's just a business, right? And we all know how MLS right now is monopolizing that. And people will probably be like, it's just a stadium. They can do what they want. In all of these other stadiums around the world, they have events also, but it's the principle. We all know that soccer to them is huge, and we want that to grow here. We want it to grow here, and it just kind of takes away of the beauty of it. How many times have you heard in the United States where teams say the conditions were terrible, or look at some of the teams in MLS. They have football, they share arenas and they have football games, and you can see it. I mean, you can see how bad it is. That's the only issue I have, but other than that, the stadium looks absolutely beautiful, and for a lower league team, you can't help but ask, are they trying to move up? You always want to get better, and you always want your club to do better. As a good owner, you would want your team to succeed, and that's something that we also have an issue with here with Pro Rel. When you implement that, you will start seeing more teams try and try and try. Well, not more, but you'll see who really cares about the game and who doesn't. Who's really going to invest and who isn't. So, you can't help but ask, is the Union Omaha trying to get into a better league, into more competitive league? And that's fine. I think that's perfectly okay if they are. Indy 11 is also getting a stadium, a new one, and that also looks really nice. So you do want to see stadium upgrades. You do want to see improvements in that aspect. My biggest thing also is it costs $300 million for a stadium, and I know they're also going to build apartments, parking lots, stores, I believe. But wow, I mean, these cities are really investing in these clubs, in the sense of the outside of it, and I think that's important as well, because there's nothing more beautiful than having your team play in a soccer specific stadium. I'm not a big fan of these oversized college football stadiums where some of the teams are playing, or the minor league baseball stadium. I'm not a fan of that. I feel like it's almost like if you're a big sibling and you had to take your little sibling to come play with you. It's almost like that. Like, hey, can I come? Can I be a part of this? It's a totally different sport in the sense of, with the baseball stadium, you can tell it doesn't belong. You could just tell it doesn't belong. And the oversized college ones, the seats are almost, you could count every seat on there if you really wanted to. That's how empty it is sometimes. So I'm a big fan of these teams getting soccer-specific stadiums for themselves. I mean, it's just a great feeling to be there, watching the game, sitting back, having a beer in these stadiums. So, like I said, it's a great improvement for the sport. It's a great improvement for USL, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video on that because, like I said, I think it's a great thing. The World Cup is coming up, so it's going to bring more attention in the sense of just soccer, and hopefully it will just help grow the sport here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like this video, share this video, and I will see you guys all on the next one.